I mean, hey, it's always good seeing people join in stuff like this because it isn't open, so anyone can join, and might as well have a little fun, right?
Oh yeah, definitely not trying to discourage anyone from joining. I want to see a C division at next open. I want to have some players with 132s in group stages. But not this time. This time we got some 116 versus 103 action, and Kiev versus Applestick starting right now, so hold on to your hats.
Yeah, I think if we do see a PB from Kiev, that would be very, very cool because PBs in races like this is always a very exciting thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, getting a PB in any scenario is an exciting thing, but doing it during a tournament setting race is definitely pretty poggers, definitely hard to do. It looks like we're turning on some lights here. Kiev Light. Living up to her name. Very cool stuff.
It's almost as if it was maybe intended. You never know.
Yeah, potentially. It's definitely in the namesake there.
App is definitely the most exciting kingdom. You can see this riveting movement no one's ever seen before.
I mean, running VR games is definitely not a barrier to entry to learning SMO. We do have, I believe, the Job Simulator world record holder in the tournament, so that is that's a possibility. You can always pick up SMO. It's a pretty easy game to learn. A lot of guides out there.
Yeah. SMO is a very resource-rich community.
Oh
We
yeah,
did have a
definitely.
left side miss by Applestick though, so we're ending cap a bit close. Few seconds difference.
Yeah, you love to see it. Things being kept close here. I mean, we've been talking, at least I've been talking, all about how Kiev is definitely fighting an uphill battle here, but you definitely can't underestimate your opponent no matter their PB. I mean, once you start just messing around, having a good time, you can start taking some deaths, and those start to add up rather quickly. And I mean, if Kiev plays her best here and Applestick just kind of doesn't take it seriously, it could definitely be a close match.
Yeah, definitely. Because you never know what can happen, you know? Someone could just whip out like a multiple minute PB. The chances of someone like PBing by a ton in a race aren't usually too high, but anything can happen realistically.
I don't know. I'd almost expect or argue that it's pretty likely to see some fat PBs in races. People sometimes go just like mega god mode in races and they just like don't make any mistakes. Like some people just like play really well under pressure, and it's a really good reason to play. But Kiev is saying that she hasn't played in a couple of weeks, so is that true? Is that possible? I mean, I feel like Kiev literally played in the tournament like a week ago. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, even then, she maybe just wasn't playing a lot in that span of time.
Yeah, that's fair. But keeping it close here, actually in the lead still. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I wanted to believe, but a few seconds behind here. As we head into Dino Skip, we'll see if it's a first try for both runners. Yeah, looking a little bit scary on that setup, but does manage to nab it and into the Madam Brutal fight. We are going. Both players gonna take out the big bunny.
I will say though, this is a rather interesting game because sometimes you'll walk away from it and come back and you're all of a sudden like 10 times better, seemingly randomly. So you never know what can happen.
Yeah, I mean, that goes with pretty much anything that you're doing competitively. I mean, if you're grinding it every single day for years, it can be really, really just like, I don't know, you can kind of get in sort of like a funk and you just like don't really care anymore. And then when you take a break, you come back, you're like fired up, you're ready to go. Oftentimes that first run, first performance can really be a doozy, just really just play out of your mind, honestly. But looks like Applestick gonna be maintaining that short lead here as we wrap up Cascade Kingdom. It's got another moon to grab here at the end. Shouldn't see any chest clippers, but maybe Applestick wants to show off? Question mark.
Maybe. Chest clip is very, very difficult in any percent. I feel like the setup's kind of awkward since you have to do it so fast to save time with it. But you never know what can happen.
Apple Stick not showing off. I was expecting the chest clip. I'm expecting the spiritless luncheon. I don't know what I'm seeing here. This is disappointing from Apple Stick.
Yeah.
I want to see some flexes.
This is the 5606 from Apple Stick, right?
That'd be pretty pog. I'd be down to see it.
Both players opting for above a high cliff. The safe option.
Before I get any audio switcher ragers in the chat, the reason why we're going to be listening to Kiev Light's audio for the majority of this race is because Apple Stick's audio is sounding like there is a cat scratching a microphone in the background. So to protect my ears and the ears of the chatters, we're going to be respectfully listening to Kiev Light's stream, which is very, very pristine audio quality, I must say.
That seems sensible. Cat scratching a mic doesn't sound like a pleasant sound, so...
Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but I don't know. I get really easily annoyed by any sort of audio buzzing noises. I'm sure that there are others as well. But we see
pretty blind to quality.
We see Apple Stick here going for DSTA, which Kiev is not going for here. Did not set up a DSTA date, so we'll just be triple jumping up towards the Burb and the Chapel Moon here. But unfortunately, having some issues with the bird, manages to nab it. Not exactly the most optimal moves from Kiev, but doesn't miss the bird, which is nice. When you start having to back up the bird, it can be a bit messy, whether you go for the fast backup early on or you go for the bird later on in the Oasis. But either way, Apple Stick taking a pretty sizable lead here at the beginning of Sand.
Yeah, the Sand is always going to be the place where you see the most route differences in races like this. Because there's like a million different ways to do the Sand route and a bunch of differences. So, I don't expect Kiev to go for Sphinx, but we may see that. It is a possibility.
I don't think we've seen anyone do Sphinx, even in the qualifier, which makes me kind of feel sad about myself because I still go for the Sphinx. I think in the freshman tourney I got bullied by Marlon, so I started not doing the Sphinx, but then I just forgot what I was doing, so I'm still doing that. But it looks like Apple Stick having some tough times here. Gonna fall behind a little bit on movement, but does still have a couple of moons in the bag here, going for the employees only and the DSTA moon. Also going to be nailing this bullet bill dram, which will net some time save. A nice little comparison here, just how much time it does save.
That was a pretty nice dram. Ooh, and then the dram, I think that's what people call it, dram, when you dram to the bullet bill after dram. I don't know. I don't know any percentage.
If you're commentating SMO, you can just say dram for every single word, and it's a valid argument.
That's true. Apple Stick doing Jaxi dram now. That's not actually what it's called. I wish though. Not really. We have too many drams already.
Yeah, Kiev heading up to do a Trash Moon dram here. Very good strat. You ground pound the ground. Very cool dram.
Luggage dram. Let's see if we'll see Sphinx dram.
Oh, really nice bullet bill block dram there. Very cool stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, reverse Jaxi becoming a very common trick in SMO speedrunning, I must say. Very not surprised to see that, especially from a 103 runner.
Yeah, I've heard it's difficult to save time with, but it doesn't seem too difficult to just do on its own. I've done it in the few times that I've ever done any percent, and I've like never done the movement. So I think just doing it isn't too difficult. So I think a lot of people like to add it in so that they get used to it and can eventually start saving more with it. Or rainbow spin on note instead of a jump. Maybe pressed A too many times.
Yeah, either way, we are back at the Odyssey here. Apple Stick going to be globing here at about 10:33 or so. Kiev going for some interesting moves here. Not sure about that one. Very interesting triangulation on the movement here. Oh, a spin pad to top it all off. You'd love to see it.
Probably got the checkpoint for safety.
Oh my goodness.
I pressed A to jump twister, okay? So I always say that and then people call me weird. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that is pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, the cactus dram. Huge. You love to see it.
Amazing. I hate when that happens, but, you know. It looks like we've got, Kiev coming up to the end of sand as Apple Stick's entering, I almost said wooded, but this is Lake Kingdom. We'll see Lake Clip from Apple Stick. Probably not. But you never know. Looks like Apple Stick is going for Lake Clip. Looking like he's doing the manual adjust. Much more difficult. This will give Kiev a chance to catch up, possibly.
Oh my gosh, yeah, getting that lake clip is pretty crazy, actually. Apple Stick, kind of pogging right now.
Yeah, had a few fake clips, but in the end, got through the wall. That jump up to the checkpoint's very awkward because of the weird invisible wall that you have to maneuver around. Yeah, getting that movement's pretty hype.
Yeah, I don't believe Reverse Jaxi was attempted by Apple Stick previously in the tournament, so it must be something that Apple Stick is just doing this race. Lake Clip as well, not done before. Might have been listening to the stream and just decided to swag out, answering the commentator's call to action. But hard to say.
Yeah, it looks like Kiev is getting harassed by Cappy, dramming into everything. Cappy likes to do that sometimes, and it's not obnoxious at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. Cappy always does exactly what I want him to do, for sure. Never had a problem with Cappy.
1,000,000% of the time. He never does anything dumb ever. So Kiev coming up to Rango just as Apple Stick's leaving. I believe that's about a 40-second difference or something. I'm not the most knowledgeable on paces, but you got both people gaming. Assuming Cappy's gender, I believe Cappy is canonically male, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no idea. I just assume. I mean, Cappy's got a sister. I would assume they make a sister and a brother. I mean, could be a, you know, non-binary question mark, but
NB Cappy?
I find that very unlikely. Well, you know, might have to ask Nintendo, maybe Miyamoto, get him on the line. People need to know.
At Nintendo right now. Is Cappy non-binary? Question mark? 58 seconds when you kill Rango to fade out. Good to know.
So we got Apple Stick heading up here towards Nutclip. We'll see if we go for tree route. We are not indeed going for tree route. I would be very surprised to not see a Nutclip out of Apple Stick. Especially considering we went for a late clip, we went for reverse Jaxie.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for it.
It is fail out though, so the backup route it is. We will be seeing the tree, but not quite tree route.
Kiev snagging that bunny.
Is it the Cap that is with Peach, Cappy's sister? I'm pretty sure it's not his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's Cappy's sister.
Yeah, kind of weird, champ, Jack. Kind of weird, champ. I mean, anyways.
I think if you don't pay attention to the game, that's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, I mean, you want to watch all the cutscenes. I mean, especially if it's your first playthrough, you gotta watch the cutscenes to understand the lore.
You know, funny thing, I've never played this game casually. I just like know the game lore.
What do you mean you've never played the game casually? What does that even mean?
I haven't. I literally bought this game and started speedrunning it, and I've never played it casually. You're going for the tree moon. Interesting.
I'm disgusted right now. Yeah, you gotta casually play the games first. Unacceptable.
Well, I can't casually play it anymore, so too late.
Unacceptable. Apple Stick here heading around the corner. Gonna be knocking out this piranha. But not grabbing the moon yet, as we still have one moon to collect here. It's faster to grab it on the way back.
It looks like Kiev is doing the gory route. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, who knows what anything is called in SMO? We don't really officially name anything. We just kind of like call stuff and hope it sticks. Kiev having some trouble climbing the side of the factory here. We'll be trying again. This ramp can be tricky, but does get it the second time. I believe that was the side flip strat at the end there. Very nice stuff. Oh, but diving off the edge. Oh, gosh.
I hate you can mess up a spin pound like that and get a dive. It's the most obnoxious thing.
And really struggling getting up the side of this ramp at this point. This really hurts to see. Going for that move again. Okay, we're just gonna go for a cap throw. We're just gonna do some side flipping. I respect it. We're not falling this time.
Yeah, the ramp movement is very cursed. Spin pounds can be very obnoxious in this game though, so sometimes your buttons just don't do what you want them to. And it's a very, very annoying occurrence. Oh, looks like we're getting Spiritless from Apple Stick. Very, very interesting. Doing the burb bounce, or trying to.
I like that name, Borb Bounce. It's a good name.
Borb bounce. Yeah. I like to call it that because Dangers is notorious for bouncing on the burb, so.
Not super surprising. See how this flooded pipes room goes for Apple Stick here. Obviously getting a faster cycle, going to save some time. Is a bit tight, but generally runners around this level don't struggle too much with it.
Yeah, this sub area is not.
As I say that, are we gonna?
Oh.
Nope, we don't have enough iframes, so just gonna have to. Oh, okay, we're trying to swag out here, but unfortunately unable to get up there. Oh no! Oh my god, that was almost a death. That was like inches from death there.
That was really spooky. That sub area is It's not the worst thing in the world, but when one thing goes wrong, everything just starts collapsing. And you did see Appleseek try and back it up with the iframes, but when you throw Cappy through the fuzzies, your inputs like to just completely disappear. So it ends up becoming.
Oh my gosh!
On
What was that
fronts.
out of Kiev? That was like insane, like backup strats there. Not dying.
Yeah,
Very nice.
it seemed like she wanted to go for the RCB, but had to pull out some trick jumper tech to survive that one.
Just had to double check my audio on OBS. Sometimes I'll literally do like commentary for like 20 minutes and then I'll just have my mic muted.
Oh
Chat
no,
doesn't say anything. And the other commentator's just like, oh yeah, totally agree. It's like, how did nobody notice this?
I'm just talking to myself.
Kiev with the low battery alerts. Kind of scary and wooded. I think we'll be okay.
Usually you have like 50 low battery notifications until they actually die, so.
Is that a verifiable statistic?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly 50, so. I've counted 105 times. Totally. Completely accurate. Don't Google it or experiment yourself. I'm correct. We're all very used to talking to the voices in our head. True.
Can relate.
Lost 7 to gold. Dang. To globe, I mean. Did I say globe? I don't know. Talking is hard. We got about a kingdom difference between the runners, but Lost Kingdom is very scary, so you never know what could happen. Ooh, that was a spooky dive.
Yeah, Apple looking pretty speedy here in Lost Kingdom. Definitely not making any major mistakes. Collecting all the moons and some pretty clean movement in between each one. You'd love to see it, but Kiev knocking herself out of the arena here. Not even fighting Bowser. Very unfortunate start.
The start of Cloud can be very obnoxious. Negotiating the clouds, there's like 100 ways to do it, and all of them can bite you if you're not careful.
Yeah, I feel like I'm bringing this up way too much, but anytime someone dies there, I vividly remember a stream that I was watching from Thero where he was grinding for sub 110, and he literally was just like, he was on pace, and then he fell off the edge one time at the beginning of Cloud, and then he kept just jumping off the edge on accident, and just his expression, just slowly falling down into like the biggest, like, I can't even say the words I want to say on the stream, but he is quite frustrated. It can be a very hard part of the run.
Losing life saying Cloud is the scariest kingdom. Prove me wrong. I do not think I can. Cloud can definitely be a heck. And lots of low battery notifications from Kiev.
Uh-oh, yeah. And we're struggling here with the caps as well. I mean, trying to go for the fast taps wasn't getting it quite well enough, unfortunately, so it's gonna be grabbing this here. That is many low battery notifications. I'm kind of monkey ass right now.
It just keeps appearing every 2 seconds. I've never seen that before. I don't know why I'm finding it so funny, but just the constant low battery. Amazing. I hope Kiev has her Procon charger nearby. I don't know how Procons work because I'm a filthy Joy-Con gamer, so
It's just a USB-C cable.
I see.
We'll be fine. I mean, that was only like 17 low battery notifications within 2 seconds, so I think it'll be okay.
I've literally never seen that before. That was so funny to me. Will we see Goomba Darn from Apple Stick? No, I didn't expect it. That strat is really dumb.
Are you watching on the stream? Question mark.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you should watch the Discord.
I probably should.
I mean, that's pretty good. Usually it's pretty noticeable after like 2 minutes because people are like trying to commentate the play-by-play, and it's like, oh, you're a minute behind? Question mark.
It seems like the Discord is... Oh no, it's not further behind.
I would hope not.
Interesting.
Chat incorrectly saying that Joy-Cons are terrible. I'm not sure what's wrong with you. If you think Joy-Cons are terrible, Joy-Cons are great.
Yeah, Joy-Cons are great, and they're the most optimal controller for this game because you have twice as many... literally twice as many motion inputs. So there's a reason Hey There's the best at rolls, you know? Ooh, Kiev missing the cage. Sometimes it's hard to aim that Trapedal. It can be a bit deceptive with where it's going.
We got a very scientific poll going on in the chat. Definitely not riggable. Gonna settle this once and for all.
Apple Stick in the Mech Wiggler fight. Got a 2 cycle, so that's good.
Yeah, I've taken a death here at the end of loss, but it's a-okay because that was intentional. So, gonna be meeting up with Apple Stick and Night Metro, but Night Metro pretty much over for Apple Stick.
Kiev saying she hopes this run does not PB. I mean, hey, sometimes you're just not happy with the run you're on. That's a weird cap throw. That should work? Question mark? Nah, it didn't. Bit of issue from Apple Stick with the Metro Dram at the start.
Dude, who is spamming Procon? I just spent like 20,000 points on Joy-Con. I mean, ignore the clicking, no rigging going on here.
No, absolutely no rigging. I already spent all my points on another poll, so I don't have any to rig. But yeah. Yeah, Scoot Clip is really annoying, as is currently evident. But Kiev is schmoving through Night Metro.
I think Apple Stick might still save time on this Scoot Clip. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this might be BTT even.
All right, I'm done. I can't bear to see my points go under 100,000 right now. This hurts me. Procon Army can have their victory, I guess. Whatever. If you want to be suboptimal, it's fine. playing on Procon literally breaks my hands, so...
Some difficulties from Apple Stick with remotely captured car, but eventually getting it. That moon is... It's an interesting one, because Scoot Clip is hard, and the RC car controls really badly, so it's like a lose-lose situation.
Night Metro looking pretty pretty dark here for Kiev.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. Some people's cap cards just don't like Night Metro, I guess.
Okay, some interesting strategies here with the Mecha Wiggler for Kiev. Not gonna get this 2-cycle, there's no way.
Unfortunately, no.
Why are we out of the tank?
For some cap throw farm, of course, because you have to get those 5,000 cap throws for Toadette, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. That is probably optimal to get the Toadette stars, for sure. 90%.
Yeah, definitely. And they're not stars, they're star-shaped moons.
So okay.
Very important distinction, yeah. Yeah, Toadette moons are like 7 seconds, so that's fast for any percent, right? Totally. Don't get me started on coin grind. You're opening a can of worms that I don't think you're ready for. Both people in Day Metro, though.
I would just like everybody to go ahead and ignore the poll that just ended. It's definitely rigged. I'm not really sure what happened in this poll. Lit Potato contributing 1,000 bits to the poll. Thank you so much, Lit Potato.
Wow.
You're crazy. I hope you won. How many bits for points did I make it? Jeez, I thought it would be a deterrent.
Jeff not rigged. Ooh, a nice RC Car Pro moon grab from Kiev. Very good control of that little car. That really annoying little toy car.
Oh, so you're a cheater, Mulan. That's what you're saying.
SMO my head, Mulan cheating.
Classic melon moment.
We're never talking about that Day Metro ever again.
What's Day Metro?
Yeah, I only know Metro. Imagine having sub-splits.
Imagine having splits.
That I can't agree with, but you know, you do you. Do what makes you happy. I can't control your life.
We got Apple Stick rolling into Snow Kingdom here. Going to be heading over to the Captain Toad to, you know, rob him because we don't want Captain Toad to have any power. Got to take all of his moons. Very important.
Although I'm a fervent Captain Todd enjoyer, so I always enjoy seeing his face wherever I go. Especially in Ruined Kingdom, you gotta save Todd there, right?
So why do people prefer Captain Toad over regular Toads? That's my question.
Because he's a captain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Captains are automatically 10 times better than, like, the same person if they weren't a captain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is a verifiable fact. Nice movement there from Applestick. Looks like he's going for the dram route.
Madman.
Lots of dramming in this run.
Okay, Kiev's having some trouble here on the tower climb. This is
This is a moon where if you mess up the movement even slightly, things just fall apart. There are quite a few moons like that in this game, but Dizzying Heights is definitely one of them. The tower climb is very awkward to do quickly. And it looks like she was trying to get a spin pound, maybe? Having to back up with the umbrella.
yeah, definitely a tough sequence of movement there. I don't think I've ever gotten the tower climb movement without bonking. It's really annoying. I don't like that area.
Yeah, it definitely takes practice. And Kiev coming up towards the end of Day Metro.
Opting to bounce on top of the people's heads in the people's room was definitely an interesting choice from Kiev. Probably not intentional, but definitely fun to see. I don't think the people enjoyed it.
I get very annoyed by this room sometimes because the people like to just get in your way. It's very obnoxious. But
Yeah,
Kiev is leaving.
I'm not quite sure why there's so many people in that room.
Nintendo just wanted to be obnoxious, so
Oh yeah, that makes
they
sense.
decided, let's just throw people in this room.
And hence the
They
people's
have
room
a
was
lot
born.
of they have a lot of great game design things like that, like the Knuckletech refight where they just enemy spam you. They don't add any interesting elements, just enemies everywhere, you know? Very good game design.
Yeah, true. I definitely remember, you know, commuting to work is always done in a tiny hallway and everybody just walks the same exact way at the same time. It's just a constant string of people going to work. How I understand commuting works.
Yeah, it's totally 100% accurate to real life.
What if that is their job?
Wow. New Donk City paying its citizens to just walk in circles all day.
I mean, it's a
Amazing.
Mario game. I wouldn't be that
Yeah,
surprised.
that's true.
I mean, we have Luncheon Kingdom in this game. I don't think anything else can get weirder.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Nintendo be like,
Applestick did Snowdram.
yeah, you did get Snowdram. It seems kind of unimportant compared to my monologue about the fork people and luncheon, though. I'm not sure why I would want to talk about that. I mean,
That's
video game,
true.
kind of unimportant. My thoughts on luncheon fork people. I would say that's what the chatters want to hear about for sure.
Yeah, probably. You know, I feel like it's very it sort of fits into the race as well because Applestick has a whole kingdom between now and Luncheon, so he's very close. So it's very thematic.
What do they even call the fork people? Do they have a name?
I think they're Volbonians.
No way.
I think that's what they're called in the capture list.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what? So are the forks in the wall people?
Yes,
Oh,
you're literally
God.
capturing people.
What are we doing?
Yeah, you never noticed that? They have little eyes.
No, this is a forks right violation. I don't appreciate this. You're going for an interesting safe movement there, going for a standing ground pound into, you know, some cap bouncing action to grab that moon. Very interesting. Haven't quite seen that in a while.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that's the movement that they give in, like, beginner guides. It's definitely a lot safer, or, well, yeah, safer and easier, because if you're not careful, then the blowy joeys can just launch you into the poison.
Yeah, very good call from legendary gamer and commentator Liptato in the chat. Will we see a tartar sauce clip here from Applestick? I'm thinking we will. Okay, no. Sag.
Oh. Yeah, that clip looks very interesting. I haven't tried it myself yet, so I'm not sure how difficult it is, but I've heard a lot of things about it.
Oh no,
Whoa.
you can't save that, don't even try. I mean, unless you go for ICC, I suppose, but after those Goombas are gone, the moon is no longer collectible. The Goombas
You
do not
can
respawn.
actually respawn the Goombas, but it's almost faster to die because you have to be a certain distance from them with your camera turned away from for a certain amount of time.
Huh.
So it ends up not really being too worth to respawn them.
No. Wait. Okay.
Oh, well, yes, the Goombas being very cool and helpful. We'd love to see that.
Alright, well, that's nice to see. The Goombas helping out Kiev here as Applestick is nailing the fish clip. Insane gamer.
Yes, that is the hardest clip in the game, fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, it's an out-of-bounds clip. That seems difficult. Oh, but clipping... Oh, what? Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That was very interesting end to the fish clip movement.
Oh my god, Applestick, what on earth was that?
And Kiev going for Snowdram now. Let's see how this goes. I know she does some trick jumping, so probably comfortable enough with the jump to do it in runs.
Trick jump time. Here we go. Let's see a first try.
Ooh, bonk. That was a BS bonk, in my opinion, if you ask me.
Very good stuff.
Some gaming happening. Cappy deciding to get stuck on the chest there. Nothing new, Cappy being useless. I mean, what?
Without Cappy, we wouldn't have even made it over there. We would have like long jumped and fell into the pit and died.
Yeah.
Applestick having some troubles with the salt triple. Unfortunate.
Looks like that was a value dive.
We will back it up very cleanly. You love to see it. Backup's very, very key in the game of speed gaming. Applestick. Gonna be moving on to Spewart. Applestick skips Spewart. I will pop off, but I don't expect it.
Yeah, Spiritless is definitely a rough route to do. Mostly because turnips and the invis block jump, because turnip movement's very annoying and difficult. In case you did not know that.
Yeah, we did see 2 Spiritlesses in the last run between Light Ron and BP, which is pretty epic to see.
Yeah, it's always cool seeing that route done. It's definitely not something you see every day. There's, I guess the number of people doing that route has definitely expanded with time, but it's not the most common thing to see, even now, just because of how difficult it is and how little it saves.
Yeah, really confused why everybody is throwing out the Cappy hate right now. I don't know if you've ever tried to play this game without Cappy, but it would be much, much harder. tell you that much.
Still doesn't mean Cappy is not annoying. Yeah, getting used to Cappy-less movement in this game is definitely difficult when you're used to having Cappy, and your movement options are a lot more limited. You don't have as much save potential. Difficulties there. Is this an ingredient too? That crate can be a little awkward to break sometimes if you don't throw Cappy in the right angle.
I mean, Super Mario Galaxy movement is just like impossible.
True.
As a complete Mario Galaxy casual, I will make that bold claim.
Apple Stick coming up on Fork's room, and there was a comment that I did see in the chat. Someone mentioned that the Forks have families, and that is actually true because Luncheon is one of the few kingdoms where you actually see children versions of the citizens. I think possibly the only kingdom, so adds to the moral dilemma at hand.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this room anymore. I used to like Fork's room, but changing my tune here. Alright, Kiev wrapping up Seaside here, trying to meet up with Apple Stick in the Luncheon Kingdom, but Apple Stick about ready to wrap things up. Just a few more moons to collect. We gotta get the multi-moon at the top of the volcano. Along with a couple more, we got this cheese moon coming up, but Apple Stick's about to be out of here. He's about to be on to the Ruin Kingdom.
Yes, I think there's about 2 minutes or something left to Apple Stick Luncheon. Luncheon is definitely a scary kingdom, so we'll see how well Kiev negotiates through it. I'm sure she'll be fine. If you take things decently safe, you can move through it quickly and not be too messed up by the scary challenges at hand. We see a dive vault from Kiev there. Most likely accidental, but still pretty swaggy.
Yeah, Apple having some trouble here with the climb over this moon behind the mountain, but does manage to nab it there. Very nice. Still holding a solid lead over Kiev. Not too surprisingly, but I mean, at this point, expecting some sort of comeback from Kiev is pretty much a pipe dream, as Apple Stick just has the moves down.
I mean, there could be a full-on meltdown in RBM, but I don't see that being very likely. But that is, I believe, the hardest part of the run from what any percent runners have told me, and it's definitely not an easy set of kingdoms. Maybe minus the Ruined, but even then, Ruined kind of difficult to do really fast.
Yeah, if there was any set of kingdoms where we could expect a full-blown Mario meltdown to the extent we would need to see, it would definitely be the ending of the game. I mean, Bowser's has a lot of hard movement over a lot of gaps, which cause deaths if you fall into them, believe it or not, and obviously the mech fight is a big deal. But speaking of falling, Kiev taking a dive here into the Pepto-Bismol. Nice fast death, I suppose, into the side of the Pepto-Bismol fall there, but definitely not what we were looking for.
It's definitely Luncheon is a very awful kingdom.
I feel like this area is just impossible. I hate going for this fork. I always just go around.
The geometry in that area is definitely something you need to adjust to. Nice spin jump. Very fancy. I love the Piranha Plaza music.
I love Benny.
It's such a jam.
Applestick having a lot of trouble freeing Captain Toad. Apparently does not know where Captain Toad is located. That is a bit shocking to me. As a 103 runner, you should definitely know where Captain Todd is. He saves so much time.
Yeah, you save like 40 years.
Nice sand music is very cool.
Not as
Applestick,
good
come
as
on. It's the middle claw towards the base. No, yes. Applestick. Applestick, no.
Do we have a fake Captain Todd freer in this race right here in front of our eyes?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the rule document that nobody read. If you don't free Captain Toad, you are disqualified. So far, every racer somehow luckily managing to do that, but Applestick not finding it. Oh, Applestick.
Oh no.
It's on the middle claw. It is literally on the middle, like it's on the claw mark. There you go.
There we go.
Alright, Applestick managing to save himself from disqualification there.
Plot Twist Season 1.0, yeah.
Kiev going for this movement. I think this is something that Kiev just always does.
It's very swaggy.
It's also a time loss, and you can die. But
I mean, swag points are worth a lot, you know? Ooh, not getting a cap bounce there. That's very rude and disrespectful of the game. Normally, if you do an unboosted dive vault like that, you get your cap bounce, but there's always the few chances that you don't. Or the few cases.
Applestick apparently attempting to skip a cutscene which does not exist. Kiev does finally get across here, unfortunately losing quite a bit of time in the process, but we're here, we're happening, we're collecting some moons.
Very swaggy. Yes, 1 swag point equals 1 minute removed from your speedrun. From Mulan V44, a very, very trustworthy source.
Any leaderboard mods in the chat that can confirm that? I'm not sure if I read that in the SMO speedrun.com
It's in the
rules.
fine print.
Oh, okay. Like size 1/2 font.
Yeah. You have to enlarge the page to like 500% and bust out a magnifying glass to even read it, but it's there.
Oh, okay.
Melon version 44.
Very true.
Okay. True. Apologies for misreading your name. Yeah, I mean, if you don't care about the run, might as well go for all the swag points, you know?
So we got Kiev going for all the swag here. Applestick going for the victory. We're already in Bowser's Kingdom. I think it's going to happen. But just has to make it through these levels without having a colossal meltdown. Interesting vault setup from Kiev there.
Very swaggy, though. Vaults are always swaggier than triple jumps. Convince me otherwise. You can't. Coming up on shards, though. Very scary pieces of movement. That was a spooky value dive. Sometimes back throws are literally impossible, so, you know, this game is just cursed. And Cappy getting stuck.
Yeah, but Applestick able to work around it, making his way up to collect the last shard here.
That was a little scary.
Might take a hit from a bomb here. Okay, now we're good.
Ah, that looked fine. Normally, if the bomb's like half sticking out, that's when you get a little scared, but it looked like it was a little early being spawned.
That's the question here is, do we see a Bowser Dram? Very important question. I don't think so. I think we're going to go to the right side.
The camera, maybe not. Probably the wise choice, because Bowser Dram does not save that much.
But it looks cool. And you can die pretty easily. Which is good, right?
It looks very scary, but you can usually back it up pretty easily. Since you've already thrown Cappy to the pylon, if you dive to the void, as long as you didn't like throw Cappy the complete wrong direction, you're usually fine.
You underestimate my power to die in Mario games.
Perchance I do. Applestick doing topper first. Very, very sad. Automatically loses 50 minutes.
Seems like there's a lot of fine print rules I haven't read in SMO.
Yeah, I think you need to reread the SRC rules.
I mean, it's not important that I know the rules, right? I mean, what does that matter?
Yeah, that's true. The mods will just read time. Yeah, loses 420 seconds. If someone does topper first, they like go in and they frame time it and they add 420 seconds to your speedrun. I'm very happy I'm not a verifier, so I don't have to go through that hassle with all of the people doing topper first.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, on the second phase of the Ruined Dragon. Everyone calls Ruined an auto-scroller, and to that, I say, fight me, because Ruined is hard. You could very easily lose many seconds if you're not careful.
Yeah, Shoutouts Kingdom is a pretty good kingdom. I like it a lot. Always.
Yeah, Shoutouts Kingdom. This is true.
Always gotta let the chat know where the racers are at.
This is true.
Yeah, very important.
And you should go follow Saren on top of the racers because he's really cool and he put together this whole event and is restreaming and puts in a lot of work to stuff like this.
Wait, what's the Urban Arts Partnership, Samuel? Can you tell me more about that, Samuel? I think that's Samuel's job, right? Samuel's supposed to plug the sponsor.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Yeah,
you should type us a whole paragraph in chat explaining what the Urban Arts Partnership is.
Yeah, I mean, I'd really like to learn more about the School of Interactive Arts, where students can go to learn the studies they need in order to get into school for the arts and game design. That would be very cool. Because I don't know much about it. I mean, all I really know is that they support underprivileged students in states all across the United States of America. And, you know...
The America.
The one single true America.
Yes. There is no South America, right? Only America.
I'm over here singing the Star Spangled Banner or whatever it is with my hand over my heart right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Urban Arts
Shut up, Matt. I was trying to make funny sponsor plug, okay?
I will agree though with Sam. The Urban Arts partnership is really cool and based. So.
Yeah, we're going to be running a fundraiser, by the way, for the Urban Arts Partnership. This Sunday, we're going to be having the Jack and Daxter Tournament Finals, which is also sponsored by UAP. We're going to be trying to pitch some money their way, raise a couple bucks for a good cause. If you are interested, definitely stop by.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting target acquired by Apple Stick, but it worked out in the end.
Looked totally fine to me. I don't think Apple Stick's ever made a mistake, so I wasn't worried. Apple Stick knows what he's doing. Got the moves.
This is true. Kiev coming up on shards as Apple Stick's leaving Bowser's Kingdom. Let's see what shards movement she does. Shards is interesting because there's lots of options, but you usually don't see too many of them.
Wait a second.
Like getting old shards.
103 versus 116. This isn't fair. Who set up this race? Illegal race.
Yes, we have to now cancel the race. That's what you do with illegal races, right? You cancel them.
Yeah, I think we actually have to send someone to jail for this.
Okay. Who are we sending to jail?
I mean, whoever organized it, obviously. They gotta be stopped.
Who might that be?
I
think it was Mulan, right? Melon version 44, that's who organized this? Is that who we're arresting?
Probably. I mean, I saw he was doing all the restreaming yesterday or something like that, so could be the one. We'll have to get the investigators on it.
That might be a good idea. Apple Stick having issues grabbing that second flower. It can definitely be annoying to grab it, but eventually getting it.
All part of the plan.
Oh, Capstalus? I have no idea how that works. I really want to learn how Capstalus Mooncave Skip works, but can't be bothered.
I think it's literally the same. It's just, you know, capstall.
People say that, but whenever I try and do it without a capstall, I can't seem to get it to work.
I mean, the capstall just makes it easier. So.
Yeah. And it's an extra cap throw as an all moons / 100% runner, so.
Hog.
Looks like Kiev did Harriet first, hereby automatically winning the race. That is also in the speedrun.com rules if you have not read.
I can't read. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna come clean. Never learned.
You should download like a TTS plugin or something so that you can just have the robot read you everything. I'm sure they have that for Chrome, right? Extension, is that the word? Extension? I think so.
Was it? I think it was in this tournament. If I'm not mistaken, that somebody's TTS like accessibility settings kept going off, and it was just like I can't even remember what it was saying, but it was just like I can learn to understand you much better. Like, oh, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go.
Brokan?
Monkey S. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. After the 40 low battery messages in cloud. Controller finally disconnected all the way in Bowser's Kingdom. During the tower fight. Just goes to show how annoying of a boss Topper is. Ooh, fancy spin throw roll cancel from Kiev. Very swaggy. Yeah, plug in the controller. I hope she has her charger nearby. I'm sure she'll have enough charge to finish the race though, hopefully.
I'm just hoping that the chat understands that Cat Jam is the superior jam emote. And it is time to post it.
If you don't put Cat Jam in the chat, then we automatically have to ban you from the channel. Oh no! Oh, that jump is really annoying.
That was unfortunate. Either way, we got Apple Stick on the final swipes here. Gonna be nabbing a 107 in this race, clutching out a victory here.
Did not get Inviswalled, which is very good. You love to see that.
Wrapping things up with a 107.12. Apple Stick gonna be securing his spot in the playoffs. Kind of poggers.
Kiev now coming up to finish out the run.
Actually, oh no, okay, yeah, I was right. I lied.
What did you lie about?
Nothing. I've never lied. It's never happened.
Oh. True. No one has ever lied before, except someone who's lied.
Well said.
Yeah. I'm notoriously good at speaking with words.
Words are good.
Apparently. Kev having some issues with the mech climb. These stupid leg bubbles are very obnoxious. So I do not blame her in the slightest.
Yeah, it turns out beating the boss in a way unintended by the game developers is difficult, but unfortunately taking a death here on the mech fight, not the position you want to be in.
Like, she's just gonna use the bird. Probably a good idea. It took me forever to learn how to do mech without the bird because it's annoying and difficult and dumb.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard thing to do.
I love when you poke the Pokio and then the mech brings you up and the nose just stretches really long. I don't know why, but seeing that always makes me so happy. Controller giving out again. Very obnoxious of the controller to do such a thing.
Oh, we're in the Joy-Con zone.
In the run with Joy-Cons, let's go. You love to see it.
Seeing the light mid Bowser's mech fight, you love to see it.
Yeah, I've had Joy-Con issues where they just disconnect. It's not even the power dying, but like just like in the middle of something like the mech fight. Sometimes the controllers will just stop working. I don't know if that happens with Pro-Con, but with new Joy-Cons that happens sometimes.
That definitely sounds beneficial for sure. No, Kiev.
Really rude of the game. This fight is just really obnoxious sometimes.
It's hard.
Seems like the game's out to get you.
Gonna be grabbing a heart here though, which is nice.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified. Okay. Don't get too close. Okay. Depending on how the mech can fall, it can fall directly on your face. Gonna opt to go for it. Yeah, go for top or last here.
Interesting. Top or last is usually a little scary, but it's not too bad if you're used to doing it that way.
No! At least we have full health. That is
Yeah.
one saving grace we have here. Oh my gosh.
Whoa! That was scary in a lot of ways. Okay, and she's done with the mech fight. Only have Moon left. After that, not sure if you want to play the game anymore. That is fair. SMO is a very obnoxious game. The mech is definitely, in my opinion, the worst part of the run when you're starting. Because it's just very easy to mess up and very awful, but Kiev's still going to finish out the run strong.
Yes.
And you love you love to see that.
Indeed.
How I see it, it's always good to finish a run. It may be painful along the way, but I always think it feels nice to finish one. Hey, you gotta fail to succeed, Kiev. No one is ever successful immediately, right, all the way, all the time. I don't think that was a sentence, but you get what I mean. Also, it seems like Apple went to bed. Good night, Apple.
I wish I could go to bed. I'm tired. My sleep schedule's all whack.
Yeah, mine. I just don't have one, so I always say sleep schedule, but I just literally go to bed and wake up whenever I want. It's very interesting.
I may or may not have woken up at 9 p.m. before this race today, so...
Oh, very...
Poggers. Healthy. Oh my god, I didn't think we were going to be able to cap bounce there. That was terrifying.
A little bit of homing cap throw action. Just missing the little moon snake there. That was a little spooky. I hate how when you're mid-air, rocket flowers don't do that. Or don't give you the speed. It's really annoying. Yeah, honestly, Saren's sleep schedule sounds like mine. I went to bed at like, I think 4 a.m. and then woke up at like, or no, I went to bed at like 6 a.m. and woke up at like 9. So, very good sleep. Lots of sleep I got. Kev attempting the spin throw strat, but didn't end up rolling. That strat's kind of obnoxious sometimes. But that's very swaggy. I kind of like this fight because you get to just mess around and show off all your cool movements. Kind of like the ruined fight too. You have a lot of like just dead points where you can do whatever you want. Ooh, too early on the fast tap there. Fast taps can definitely be a heck. Alright, we're heading into the escape section. Almost done with the run, about 2 minutes left.
No. No, 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 no. Stop it. Okay.
Yeah, those, if you try and roll too early there, you end up bonking into the falling platform. Trying to take a bit too tight of a line, but roll boosting a bit early there.
Hey, we didn't die, so that's what matters.
Someone in chat saying to do XD, but XD skip loses 5 years and disqualifies you from running SMO ever again, so I would suggest not doing it, because those seem like pretty big penalties to me.
You know, people say this game is easy to speedrun, but it seems like there's a lot of fine print rules that I don't know.
Yeah, it's easy to get into in terms of the movement, but there's a lot of learning curve with a lot of the fine print rules. It took me about like 5 days to read through all of the fine print on SRC. It's like in all the borders and corners and stuff. Yeah, you really gotta, there's a lot to read. Why does XD disqualify you? I don't know, I'm not a leaderboard mod, don't ask me. I didn't make the rule. Having some issues clawing there, I can very much relate. I hate Bowser claws so much. But yeah, I need to see everyone in chat cat jamming. Or remember, if you don't cat jam, you will get banned from this chat, so.
Oh my gosh, an insane synced up race here. Wow. Couldn't be any closer.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It looks like
how did this happen?
Frame tied right now.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm just absolutely shocked. How did Applestick lose so much time, somehow unfinish the game? Remarkable.
They're still frame tied through all of wow.
Yeah, making literally the exact same
insane.
mistakes. Super bizarre scenario right now.
Pillars is definitely a very annoying part of the game because controlling Bowser sucks. And then you have to claw.
Yeah, the claw swipe's honestly kind of hard. I'm not even gonna lie. I have a hard time with the claw swaps. Claw swipes.
Wow, that was frame tight.
A 1938 from Kiev Lights. Of course, a little bit of memeing at the end there. I was tired of looking at the be right back screen, but Applestick obviously running away with the victory here. About a 12-minute victory. Not too surprising, but Kiev putting up a good fight here, fighting her way out of the qualifiers, and we gotta give some support in the chat for Kiev here. I know we've had a lot throughout the race, but definitely have to show some love. Can be pretty tough going up against opponents that have that big of a PB advantage against you, but I think she did a great job.
Yeah, I agree, because it's definitely hard starting out as a runner, because you can be good at a lot of advanced movement, but it's hard to do stuff consistently, and especially when you compare yourself to like people who've had more time with the game. It can definitely be hard starting out, but I think Kiev definitely did a good job today. But yeah, GG's to both of the runners.
Yeah,
You love
very
to
cool.
see people putting in their best.
See if Kiev decides that she wants to do an interview. Or she just wants to pop into the chat. We do have to wrap things up rather quickly as we have one more match coming up after this in the A division. For now, let's see what happens here. Looks like we're not going to get an interview here, so we will just go ahead and wrap things up. Transitioning to the wrong screen. Commentator, very good at restreaming, commentating at the same time.
Yeah.
But we will take a look really quickly before we get wrapped up here so I can get set up for the next match at the standings here in Group B. So, worth noting here that in Group B, we have Scoosh, who unfortunately has some capture card issues, can't get a webcam set up to work, so has decided to drop out of the group stages. You hate to see it, but we'll wrap up this group a little bit early, where Samu and Applestick will be moving on, both getting at least one victory. Kiev, unfortunately, falling to both of her opponents, as we saw here today and previously against Samu. But you know, there's always next time. There's always some practice that can go in between now and the next SMO Any% Open. I'm sure there'll be another one in the future. If not this tournament, there are always tournaments popping up in SMO. It's a pretty hip and happening speed gaming community. Lots of events going on. But we are moving on into the next matchup in Division A, which should be pretty hype. Division A not looking super definitive on anything quite yet. Except for Group A, we have some interesting developments. It looks like Ninchado probably going to be moving on. All depends on whether Ninchado is able to clutch out a victory versus Twisted. If so, Ninchado will be moving on. If not, we'll have to have... I don't know. We'll have to see who won between Ninchado and Quintico. I think Ninchado won, right?
I'm not sure.
I think my numbers are wrong here. We'll just ignore that completely. We're just gonna ignore it completely.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Anyway, we're just gonna move on into the next matchup. We got SMO David TM coming up versus Matt Sock. So stick around. A Division A match should be a close one.